thank you for watching once again, and this time we're taking a look at the Urban Commandos. Cool. And yes, they are cool. They are pretty awesome. I like them. I've got those to be backup for a bone collector. I should blooper that, but I won't. Anyway, these guys are going to be bone collectors troops. I know that's not their purpose in the lore and everything, but I actually think they serve that purpose a little better than what they are. They seem a little, I don't want to say redundant, but maybe misutilized. I'm not sure, but this is going to be Bone Commander's troops. And, you know, first thing is, of course, let's look at some accessories. We know the hand counts. We've got multiple heads, including this one, and the new one that everybody's going on about, the gas mask head. The filters come off. Got a bit of a funny story. My wife was not feeling well one night when I was opening these, and I was trying to see if she was okay, not watching what I was doing, and I popped one of the filters off. I could hear it bounce across the room. I know it's gone. It's not coming back. Okay, it's gone forever. You know, I'm not saying that as to be a asshat or anything. I mean, it's gone forever. So when taking these out of package, do be careful. But they do come off. The filters do come off, and you can do it for right or left, whichever one you need to do. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. I did have some trouble putting this filter back on, by the way. This filter did, I took that off on purpose just to play with it, and I had a whole lot of trouble getting it back on. So keep that in mind. Now, of course, you see these balaclava heads, and it's like, oh yeah, well, it looks like Firefly. Because only Firefly can wear urban camo. No one in the history of humankind can ever wear human camo. Wear urban camo, human camo. Oh shit, urban camo besides Firefly. Nobody has that right. No one in the universe has the ability to pull off urban camo besides Firefly. Only Firefly can do it. No, heaven forbid, not even first responders get that honor. No, only Firefly. Because you know one thing Hasbro understands is urban camo. I did that for a point. This is 1980s. He's fine. I could not believe how much I liked the orange and the blue camo pattern when it came out on this figure in 1989. I'm sorry, got my years mixed up. It was pretty awesome. I wouldn't have thought I would have liked that. If you had told me about it, I would have said this is stupid. When I saw it, I liked it. You put the same scrutiny on this figure as you put to that figure, this one's gonna suffer. Because I don't care what urban environment you're in, you will never, ever, under any circumstances, find any environment where blue and orange are camouflage and help hide you from being seen. I mean, I'm a fan of both G.I. Joe and Action Force, but I can see the flaws. This is silly. I admit it's silly. It doesn't hurt to admit something silly in G.I. Joe. But fans clamored for this when it came out for Classified. But then get bent out of shape on this because they dare wear urban camo. Oh my god. Oh noes. Oh noes. And that's my point. You know, don't even with that shit, because seriously, you got plenty of stuff in your backyard that looks stupid. And while I like the look of Alley Viper, I'm going to admit he looks stupid. This is 2020. I'm gonna say 2022 was when this originally came out. And this looks like it came out in 2022. This looks like a design for 2022. Not a design for 1989. As such, it looks more military, more regal. I do like the gun. I like, you know, the little simple accent of a silver mag works well for this figure. And he's got all the accoutrements you'd expect, the overlays. He's got the gun. He's got extra ammo. He's got a knife. I mean, it's almost I almost feel stupid for bringing it up because it's all there. It's like we almost expect it. He also gets a backpack. We haven't seen those in a while. Cool. And just to check, yes, the backpack functions. Awesome. Okay. I mean, again, I'm using these not for the intended purpose, which is pretty awesome to me because I do a lot of things that don't meet the intended purpose, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, we get locked into this idea, oh, this has to be this and this has to be that, and we ruin the fun factor. Vargo, I know I've elicited his name before. He just did a nice video on the core. If you don't remember that line, it was a line almost exclusive to Walmart. And, you know, it was a knockoff G.I. Joe, but it was its own thing. And I remember getting it and just using all those guys to augment my Joe and Cobra forces. And I gotta say, I love the hell out of that line. I mean, it was just awesome to have similar figures that weren't exactly the same and looked different and felt different. I mean, granted, there were some issues with QC. I mean, a lot of the hands broke with the weapons, etc. So yeah, I mean, it's not like it was perfect, but you know what? They did some. Later on, more and more, they did fantastic vehicles, unbelievable vehicles. So, it's a give and take situation. You know, and that's kind of what I like about Action Force. I mean, it's its own thing, its own way. You can use it to augment your Joes. You can use Joes to augment your Action Force. It's fun. The Urban Commandos just augment everything else too. It's fun. I mean, honestly, this is fun. I mean, this can all be fun. It doesn't have to be all, no, this one's right, this one's wrong, this one has to be this way, blah, 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 you know. And if you're stuck in that mode, I feel sorry for you. Because you're missing out on a lot of cool shit. Now, of course, you know, I'm going to get into a lot of reuse, but it's a military line. That makes sense. Actually, I always thought it was pretty brilliant that, you know, it was made into a military line. That way, you know, the reuse actually made sense to the toy line, because otherwise it would not make sense, because if you just were doing reuse like this, it wouldn't make sense. But, you know, guess what? In the military, a lot of people look the same, and they wear the same uniforms, and and that's pretty good, and it's a good cost-saving measure. Whereas, you know, they don't look like G.I. Joe. That's not saying anything bad about G.I. Joe. That's saying this is the Army. This is intended to be more realistic, but not realistic. I mean, it's not 100% realistic, but more realistic than G.I. Joe. Don't see the problem here. Anyway, I like them. They're pretty cool. That's about all I can really say. I mean, you know, they're cool figures. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for now. Thank you for watching, and to the YouTube stuffs, have a good day.